Bal, Har Sulam's workshop, as opening to the wisdom of Kabbalah handwriting, we spoke before that there is a thought of creation that is good and kind. If, Tyler 325, Light Tyler 325, in each of them there's love for one's neighbor, one seeks the light of love with each. Separate article, the ninth person, must always be a person in each of them, and there is a fierce seminar. What efforts should we make to live a big place? First of all, every friend needs to make a doc of his attitude towards society, and sometimes this attitude is not clear until you start your friends to try an example, and then the same place for work, the same place for prayer, that the Creator first. Through this that they pave a way, and when there is enough, one for each other, so from that we are waiting for the hearts, but trying to strength to connect. Everything we need to do we do to achieve a goal from our language to there is an opportunity for good, and whoever did not meet the step of the Zoom meeting of the boat yesterday, any other lights a whole, we're just making efforts, and the main effort is the Creator who stands behind it, the disadvantage of the sharing of, so that light will affect as much as possible. 47 Remind you of the activity of love, as this moment of our success will be to think correctly, and invent will be fulfilled. You set yourself in simplicity will be from the thought of love. All transgressions in this, and the beginning will unite in love. Use Island Workshop. Hello friends, we are hanging. Lesson 2 I heard 7 What is the habit we do nature? September 28. Hello, we are reading in the scale of my articles. I heard we asked a good connection. A small child is aware only there will be the light will slowly be revealed between a situation and a state within the father's what withdraws. But there is one thing according to the Creator. The question is whether I am in a case that I justify him. I'm called righteous, even not good in all situations, joyfully accepting a test for good. The barbarians and more account of the spiritual this world comes to our lives we need now after we have been, and it is better. It means to see on ourselves how we raise out that we are what we are, comfortable like the wood and another piece of wood and another cut. So what do we do to increase the Creator into reach the stickiness in which we read our article in Article 7 in the book? I heard what gets used to itself in what this thing we do. There is nothing special. It means that a person does not feel on me. We see it good again on the children, on the babies. It is all kinds of, although our growth is on what we hear, the spiritual is not felt in our senses. How every time to feel it is not like it is the world, and then like that we are like that situations that every if a person is called not, it may be true to develop what he writes. There is nothing in the world that can make the feeling of their thing by getting used to the thing in the hands of the spiritual. Now we have in such souls the goal is to know, and to know in the stone that we have where, yes, without feeling the Creator, who is no thought, how can be created? Therefore this in himself with us the attainment for man. His entire reality is only by the one who feels. You who said truth, if he feels himself, sings to him, and basket this man is called in the blood that preserves, since he is on behalf of who he is, and towards mine the situation in which he is given. Man determines the reality before his nothing. We run what is received is from the Creator. So I am righteous who solidifies him, and she feels called wicked. Opposite qualities, it is degrees. Also that I feel understand what the sages said, for so he is wicked that he is there. Yes, blessed be like in you there will not be all the worlds and all the jad. The mass is okay. There's no except T25. Please. Thank you very much. So if I understood correctly, you drink suffer. Yes, this is from the rest. You good you will not solidify it on who you are, and it will not help you do not. Feel comigo me stesso justificando il. Bore it, or that. I correct myself I more, and more good. Morning question like this. Here as if good feeling, about which you are talking about funerals. I see how much I am. It is necessary to search for the next already some degree, when some good feeling comes. Do you need to search in some degree some good feeling, and immediately when it comes to be and through them with the Creator? Hello, Rav. Hello everyone. Tell me a question like this, how it turns out through starting to feel in them. It is on me that connections are made, immediately feel bitter taste, need to strive to correct it or reveal it. If I feel a Torah, exactly like this. Thank you, man justifies the Father, and also is in the false feel that the Creator is a bad cause. Solo the sensation of this reality. They can change reality as we do now. We are Egypt, the world, the perception that exists. There is no such thing as a person. Tell me how to give a catch to our desire to receive, how not to give. I will tell you there is not much here. We are moment I feel my spiritual self. Nope, I want to stop the world. Okay, streets. Thanks, how is it that in reality we can the same thing? What are you talking about? Where? I know that it is written, Rabbi, question about blood, trying to do the whole process. That we are called, that we reach the level of understanding on me to accept, and everything is ours at least. Ours, yes, love. Thank you, Rabbi. There greater distances, the person from the Syria. Where are you? Like this happens to you. So what is it called in such a situation? Not in order to really disconnect a person. And then by this, he needs to understand that the spiritual face he communicates, if he cannot, alone, from the pot, asks whether we manage to justify the ignoramus. Yes, even more, until I do not connect. I am the Creator, he is in contact. Only Ed. Rabbi, approach that we come and measure at the conference. What can you check that you have succeeded or not? I do not know, but only by. So by what do you check if you are proficient in connecting with the group, with your whole world? There is how to start this. According to this, I feel all kinds of feelings, justification to the Creator, and in the situation on me that I am within the group society. I cannot be right even from this. No action, very simple it is written everywhere. First of all, for me to connect is it higher can become a habit. This is the attribute of understanding we ourselves. So more and more to live in this what brought faith to the measure, and is called when I evaluate according to the calculation. Well, just here it writes that habit becomes second nature, and it's as effort disappears when you have a certain. So I work, I need, I receive more and more. I try. So the screen is like a certain level already. Yes, which we receive, from which we can each time start to act in faith higher than knowledge. A tool that achieved the conclusion. PT 14. The effect above the Kabbalah is a feeling that causes it. Those that we transplant every time start a better morning than once. The experience of the feeling in them. You can also ask about what you said about the necessity of your life. Also some taste of what the Kabbalah wrote, even if they were more out of our midst. More and more the tools are just a person with you. All reality will be crushed in me, and we will try to stabilize ourselves. This is how we are the first broken people in our generation. But more than what they wrote, how much I add. Arapat, please, asks what prayer you need to start talking to the Creator. You need to start talking to him, only to him. You will see how much more. Matt, Tel Aviv. Thank you, Rabbi. Rabbi, if I understand, if I succeeded in some way, our state of progress. From this state, we understand more in the feeling and build a new desire to receive the broken new, given, then exactly in this state of the fall, yes, then to rise and return, again so where here does the greater righteousness enter from the light of righteousness, what does it? Rise from by virtue of that which justifies only upon me the higher connection. In reality, we have no question as a plan. What is all from it? Alone so that we may continue to connect to the lower degree there. Wisdom of Kabbalah hand sign we spoke before. This comes this feeling. And the X, good, form, brings the desire to receive. To a degree brings the low degree less compared to the best the creator separation, a created being less than created in and RLM creation created in the first there immediately action to bring, the to receive to match, the best of the creator, and what we learn in the wisdom of is how this received that was created, how this created being comes to equivalence of form, with the thought of creation the force, to damage hand sign, and in order to save the creatures the reduction the ash the examination of faces, that returns like the development of the upper light it is simple. The one who does not have a detail between the receiver which is actually the balancing force between them to receive, his desire to receive, for being for a pushes from here some situations, or he receives no more actions on the part of the creature the calculation the intention for his sake he does it, because it may be that he receives in order to, because he does not want part of the light that is rejected behind him is made. Later the vessel of the kingdom expanded. From him if in this light from the creator returns, and RLM intention, and comes he receives in his all, his desire is here below, but it is deficiency to bore off the disadvantage that was created. Creator that the creator with the desire to receive, and the creature uses this the clearer. Returns this vesselry is entirely made out of the reflected. Read again this time, we read again from the beginning of the letter of hand. In order to save the creatures from the greatness of the far separation the creator is the influencer. How to make them also in the same nature, that is poor to bear. Desire. Being counter. I bow down what arguments is he to the add. This pleasure is called fasting to begin to see from the end qualities of the creator is not addicted to this pleasure, but it connects the qualities that come to it. How can I learn from him who is he? So he raises to the level of the pleasure, from the level of the pleasure the deficiency to the level of the qualities themselves. I be like, that means there is a desire to receive the reduction of the creator of the already created towards these attributes of the creator, and against these attributes the creature builds the light, returning which they are kingdoms, also as if against reasons, and here reasons as attributes. Okay, so I already relate to his personality to whom I want him to him, from whomever for me to feel pleasure. I relate to the host who is he. What is he I relate to him and resemble him so here down below the anger, and here according to qualities, or giving, and receiving giving, in a manner that the degree of greatness of the receiving that devoured the faces of holiness, so ye never the equitable for never in the first of restrict their holiness, because all the faces of holiness came out as returning that part of the light that was pushed back, because after this the vessel also expanded from the close of the lights at the beginning. Attitude coming, attitude is restricted, and he wants to rest to this able, and he is the secret of the head and the three that at each step back when the kingdom spreads. Why does the dressing of the lights mean that this new one, the one who feels himself, feels that as if he exists in his soul, receives everything in it, as if he were in the pit? Here, later, we will sing a new song from the soul of my soul, from the body of my soul, from my body, and therefore do not give him. Yes, auntie, from the silence of the creator, from his silence, words. What is there to learn? The silence of the creator, which can affect the blood. We need to learn from the ignorant, want to turn away. What do we understand from his message? Simply, and more, learn what he conveys, provided that a person really wants to receive it. Do all kinds of actions that belong to receiving, for a mere creator does not work. Right? No, this is one of the obstacles to learning what to do with the silence. What a person needs to learn that the Creator does not answer, that is, does not want, but according to the time of their visible exile, only one thing is to press on the means that can bring him to elation. He will see that there really was no situation. There was no situation. The Creator is okay. Yes, okay. He mentions here in a passage. He says, if you ask people who study Kabbalah, they will tell you that they do not feel anything from the Creator that comes to them from the heart. What they really have is the feeling that, as it were, we fall asleep. A situation that he describes. So what does he say? Do not enter his blood. The person feels that he has no connection with the Creator, a situation, and therefore a person feels as if he has no one to turn to continue turning to the void. This power, everyone in the group should be under pressure. They communicate with each other, and the Creator does not respond to the void. The friends also feel it, but in the end, the Creator finds the route to reveal this feeling to the other in a more balanced way. Maybe a suck. What is the channel of communication between the person and the Creator? What is the group? What is the channel of the Torah? A person feels what is in what he feels that he is not in contact with the Creator at all. In the mop, sometimes there is a person who can answer and communicate with the void in contact, without putting the person in a state where he is in contact with his direction according to what is learned. He comes to him. He is also there, and then he will see that the Creator really did not get out of his shell. In the mop, such a contact is a cowshed. When the Creator reveals himself to a person in what awakens in a person. What does it mean? The Creator reveals himself. There are ways in this. I want to add this feeling to the people everywhere. The Creator wants to add this feeling in that he is found. What does it mean that the person needs to feel that you are excited? So, work, work, work. In this place, the Creator revealed himself for him. The Creator has revealed himself for him. There are many people in reality, but there is nothing to do. We need to move forward like this. What has God created? We are right, and we are to stimulate the action of the disease or us together some way. Alone we talk in the right channel, and to assure of all the books in the storms each one he can to the tolly that he describes this is how the Creator needs, because he is able. Yes, a many people in the world talk with. They have to times 5p all, and ask, and addicted, and in our way also the request make me like you against the desire to receive against everything that the Creator in the vision is against the gay in this article says. At is full of examples of people who do not learn from us how to say understand can be. Thousands who are wrong there is no minute needs simply in what he can help himself in a more accurate direction, and so continue. Many accepted throughout history commandments. I mean the holy morning order, and I read such give it to me on I do not read it, there is no other except the holy of thousands of years. So what is happening with this shopping list that I read? You turn to the Creator and you. These words, that in the order in your cycle. Like this it goes day by day. And from this thing suddenly a human being can receive. I want is that the human being himself, to some already, good morning in the beginning, that in order to be able to work with need to come to what is that a person needs to reach in order to build a prayer, to be in prayer. The truth is that every person and every person in our world, what we can, every person is in contact with the Creator. on the situations we are placed in can recognize how it affects him, so that's how we learn to connect even more, sometimes in this way, sometimes in another way, as if we need to stimulate him to connect with. And so we progress on the ladder in the section that a person needs to be like a pillar of iron. I think that where the owner of the ladder a person needs to be, it means that a person has already reached his origin on the way and is really the creator in this, simply through the contact. So we want to stand in front of the creator like with an iron pillar, because it's our what is. This is the will iron pillar. Again asking, what is this iron pillar that we are talking about? Here, of iron it is that our will we will direct to it, and for something directed, we will continue with all our forces, that loaded, that accelerated from all expenses, from all the effort, that we will be accepted, aiming for the same goal, to the next point. Yes, thank you, Rabbi. He writes this beautiful passage that the Creator is supposedly in silence, but to provide you with strength to stand in everything. You are no blemish, to stand in everything. The King. Usually, we approach the Leader. We can say faith. We want to enter into a relationship that attracts us to ours. And so we enter the request that the silent remain new, cannot stand without feeling who we are. The Creator arranges for us some kind of ascent towards him. We feel that we are ascending, compared to, and reaching a stronghold. He says, Doc, we need to learn a craft. We are like the King. We need to eat. We need to stand as advocates of the will of God. What is it to bring out a will with us that will help us understand how we are taxed and how we implement this request for us? He is to try to be in touch with him. This is difficult. Why did the Kabbalists not write clearly, broken, speak these signs in the sources? At least it is not written. It is written. We turn to the Creator and ask. We communicate with each other, surely within this connection, and so I will advance. What is it? What is the intention? What are the signs? This is towards the point of contact with the Creator himself, to love them more. It can be. So this is all of this, but what exactly is the reality that a person knows? And what is the broken sign that the Creator speaks that is rich? Thank you very much, both in the section. And what is the desired result? The desired result from prayer is found in the prayer itself. If we say it in another way, I will ask that we have with the Creator from prayer, that who sings with the Creator should continue, and also brother, and later when he arrives it is already the person can. His prayer, is there such a thing? According to what he measures, what his index of prayer is not correct, is it is the index important, of course. His measure is important, how he knows the action is correct, because blood, he is in contact with the blood. Then he can say the type of connection, the measure of the connection, to the extent that he is. Mike, the blood already has a connection with the Creator. He has the yes. Thank you very much, Rabbi. Rabbi is saying here that it seems to us that the silence of the Creator is from the side of the creature and not from the side of the Creator from our perspective, and that we decide which section we exist to, progress to, can demand, and from this demand, from him to feel it, within the touching point earlier, that we need to be in open contact with the Creator. What does it mean to be in open contact with the Creator? Open and a situation that I just say that I am in such a relationship with my son. I want to be in kosher. I ask a question, the Rabbi, the opposite of what I asked just now. If we feel as if we are cut off between us, the connection between us to the Creator, in that we want to get something out of ourselves, that we are closed and not to our own pit, that means we need to do more than who to provoke. I heard advice from the rabbi that sometimes it is good for a person to go to a quiet place and be with himself there. It's really inner work in a very detached way from friends that I can decide on this and the Creator. From that, I do not connect to my friends. I'm really thrown out of everything. A bad feeling is not that. The person feels that he is the ignoramus. What is the work of a person in this situation? Certainly to the heart all the thoughts to pray from. Yes, why does the Creator hide friends? He hides then his to the extent that a person and all this still progresses. Then he arrived, reveals himself to him more and more clearly in forms that are not understandable to a person. What these forms are where he should look. The Holy One Baruch will show you more clearly. I put first in the end the secret prayer for aid, sure in what I feel a request as if I am this from my prayer, our prayer that connects. So what is many I need to continue my prayer. We say we need to reach a connection between them. Okay, just say it won't help to reach a situation. Yes, who implements it? What am I doing now with these people who are sitting in my thighs? Are you in a formal relationship? Where is the connection? Where is the connection? You are a form of a pressure influence. What you are attracted to each one influences that his form that he thinks should be in his environment. Building, I know I build, I know what I do. Each of the group does something to barcode the connection between everyone. Each one acts. Where is the point? What is there in the center of chess? Thank you very much is the discovery. Much is equal to all the city are. Criticers can't say, also can check the direction of car. Things like that I learned. We are supposed to reach some feeling of love and influence, and it is everyone will feel the feeling that they arrive. It may be that everyone one will feel it differently in a different way, or yes, I will ask like that in that a person who passes by him the name of our friend, what he does as if in that he is that he tries to do it. Effort from what now? Everything that passes by me, my progress and so on. Send how supreme chess does the actions. What in this he builds a prayer, in this he builds a person from his situation. He begins to feel the fool wants to feel the fool inside him. Later he will be direct with the Creator. With all the magic friends brought him more people to obey what Baal Har Sulam wrote need to act and RLM style on them. This I no longer understand a person because he is revealed. This is all that makes you like you. How can I demand a connection with the Creator? First, this or the Creator's language to you. Where are they in the same need to think? Yes, Rabbi. Thank you. He writes here not that God Almighty will direct in his silence for you to stand in the King's Hall, that you will not be deceived. We are in small grains them together, each. So what should he tempt him while he is dreaming? You said, know that they will not tempt him. He needs the strength that they will not tempt him may tempt him to tak morgalkoi. Another question, maybe it will and occur to you because of this to stop. Also God forbid. So what if types you are the age of Rabbi that a person will stand like iron? It depends more on Tel Shivrim. How as friends, what is the most effective thing we can do to hear expect our general customer up us? I need to connect with the friend at that moment. How what does it take to rise to a higher level as well as to be there? I need to ask in this section so at that moment about myself, or to focus on the friend, that the friend will be all the time. I will not be about everything that I understand that this is already a space we need to simply be clear to us. Yes, when the series sits, that the series meets. What keeps each friend? In fact, because everyone enters a meeting of the action in the form of an iron pillar, the Creator, a shared goal, the love of friends love friends, and that we do not have the other character in life. We pray together. Each one is looking for a point that is not in the pit, but a point that code in connection closer to The pit thank you. Thank you also regarding the silence that he brings out. I wanted to know, can we transfer this power between us? Is it possible? When you come to spiritual action, desires, intentions that you can say do not require words about them, you will see how many there are in total. We are waiting to build an open space. That it is only he who does everything, and we are to be. Lou thank you and RLM thank you. Sorry I jump a private question that a person feels connected. Now in a situation like this from the blood, I did not understand once again, can there be a connection with the Creator is felt as a messenger to ask, and to be more than that. Let's say, yes, more than that. Okay, let's move on. We'll move on. The lesson between us. What does the rabbi want you to do? Yes, we'll move on. Okay. Well, so we heard that we actually need a common goal in life, and we need to constantly connect. We're looking for this, the connection point that exists. Yes, we need to open up. Sure, it could be revealed that the Creator is constantly in touch with us. We simply do and need to do things for the delivery. He is the one who is ignorant. A person constantly receives this power. A group needs to be under general pressure. They communicate. They continue until the Creator doesn't answer. Yes, we also talked about the concept of this. We need to be together. We need to be committed to the same goal. To the sensitive point of our hearing, we heard that a desired result from prayer is, in other words, this connection is already a certain result from prayer. Yes, in the iron pillar, there was a place where his own situation felt far away, like he was blown away by the wind. More than talking about the Creator, everyone talks to the Creator. It's not clear how if it's the Creator talking to them. We talked about turning to him. The prayer is not clear what the silence of this end is. It is very interesting. Only friends can help a person to be a quantity. There were many inquiries about private work. In the end, this was also in order to reach the Creator. In the first lesson, there were many very beautiful distinctions. All this work of ours, together with this desire to influence, has succeeded with us, as desired. What David put here on the Pot's WhatsApp, the question of Osoph, who died, is great. An article. That is how we do jump from verse to verse. And you really feel as if we are taking care to develop with the Creator. And it is also said that we have in the great company, and there are we, a special group that thinks like this and towards that. So go ahead, we need to be the creators. Rich, as a result. Yes, see everywhere. 10. A delicious piece that you think about. Friends. The first part was felt. We can be found, justifying the Creator. This question is the test that we are making. Good progress on all the money. What Zohar wrote to us. Each of the friends adds something unique. The silence of the people was all day long. Who responds? How does the response that is not visible? And Daniel adds the negative summary. You are important. I also added, this first lesson has succeeded a lot. Things in our perception of reality. Can we more accurately perceive that? It is together with the Creator that will raise us to a level such as it can always be revealed in forms that. But well, friends, we want to go here in the book of Zohar, and then we read a house and the read from the book. Page 19, like the book of Zohar article, who created these section, and there is another below. What is between this and that? What is the suffocation question? Because man asked, and to know from level to level the end of all the levels.